Hello, I'm Joel. I'm the Chief Market Technician here at the Market Ladder, and today we're going to talk about how to take the trades, Part B. Of course, there's a risk disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, and investing in the stock market is inherently dangerous, so please take any trades at your own risk. Thank you. All right, so again, this is how to take the trades, the second part. We're going to talk about what a full-size order means, what is a bracket order, and how to split up the trades. All right, so this is what is a full-size order or a full-size trade. So somebody that wants to be all in on the market ladder, maximize their profit potential. So then a full-size position would be 25% of their trading portfolio. And you can always take smaller size if that's too much risk for your risk appetite. But just know that there will be a maximum of 4 full-size trades at any one time. And often there will be less than 4 trades. So let's look at a quick example. Let's just say that a trading account holds $40,000, and this user that has $40,000 in their trading account wants to maximize their trading or be all in with the market ladder. And so then a full-size trade, again, would be 25% of that $40,000. And so we'll just quickly do the math here. $40,000 times 0.25 would be $10,000. And if they wanted to do a half size, that would be $5,000. We'll get into what a half size means and looks like later in the video. But so let's just say they did a full size and they wanted $10,000 for their trade. So that just means that you would buy as many shares as possible for that ETF that $10,000 would buy you at that time. So if it was to let you buy, let's say, 221.2 shares for $10,000, then you would just enter 221, and that's it. And that would be a full-size trade or a full-size position. So on the website, you'll see a chart that looks a lot like this one, and this is what new or open trades would look like and how they'd be posted. And so we'll go through this real quick. Of course, here the date, that just means the date that this trade was set into motion. The ETF, and in this case it's UPRO. You want to type that in exactly as you see this typed here, and so this would be UPRO. And once you do that, your broker should pop up with a description that closely matches this description. And so in this case, it's the S&P 500 bull 3 times leveraged. And so you just want to make sure that you're seeing something that looks like this and it's not coming up with oil and gas or Tesla or that sort of thing. So once you know you've got the right description, then you're going to enter in a full size. We just talked about what a full size means. That can mean something a little bit different for everybody. And then it has a number here. So this full size at 50, that means that we're only going to buy at the limit price of 50. And if you remember back on our previous How to Take the Trades Part A, we talked about how to enter a limit price of 50 or a limit price of a number. So that's what that means here. And then our stop loss, again, we full. So that means whatever we bought here, if we bought 100 shares, then we're selling those 100 shares. If the trade goes against us this far down at 46, we want to get out. So we're setting a stop loss at 46. And then we have a profit target. Again, if it was 100 shares, we carry that all the way through, full size 100 shares, and a profit target of 58. So we're going to set that as our upper limit. And so that's briefly what it looks like, and that's for new and open trades. And so we're going to talk about what a bracket order, because what a bracket order does, it allows you to set those trade exits, both the upper limit and the stop loss, all at the same time. And this is what it's going to look like, or pretty similar to this. This is with Fidelity, what it looks like. Your broker may look slightly different, but it should look the same. And if your broker doesn't allow bracket orders, then you may want to think about switching brokers. I think most should at this time. So let's go through this real quick. Of course, transaction type is stock ETF. That's just selected here. And then the action, and then this is where the bracket order comes in. Sell bracket, that means bracket order. And with Fidelity, they give you this little nomenclature here, OCO, one cancels the other. And then the quantity, that just means how many you're looking to share. looking to trade, excuse me. So in this case, it's 360. And then the upper limit order, that means if it goes in our favor, how far high does it go before we want to take our chips off the table? In this case, it was 38.50. And then the stop loss. So if it goes against us and it goes down, we're also able to enter a stop loss. In this case, it was 31. So this would tell me that the current price is somewhere between 31 and 38.5. And then the time in force is good till canceled. You always want to select that. Sometimes we'll go in there and we'll manually cancel a trade, but we want to make sure our bracket order stays in place until we go in and manually cancel it, or it hits one of our stops, either the lower limit or the upper limit. And then the condition is none. These other conditions don't pertain to us, so you always select none for conditions. And then it gives you a quick synopsis of what would happen if we go up to hit our limit order on the top side, and if we hit our stop loss, what we'd be looking at losing. And so then you get another chance. You can click preview order, and it'll pop up and it'll give you a summary of this overall buy order ticket or bracket order ticket before you have to select enter. So if you made any mistakes, it'll give you one more chance before it's entered in. And so that's how to what a bracket order looks like and how to enter one. Now this is what just visually what a bracket order kind of looks like on a chart. I thought that might be interesting for everybody to look at. So this is a stock price or an ETF price, and it's coming down, as you can see, from the month of April coming into May. And so on May 1st, hypothetically, a buy limit order was placed, and it was placed at 72.5. So we wanted the price to come down to 72.5, which is this blue dash line, before we would get filled on that order. And so up here it was, so May 1st is right here, but we didn't get filled right away. We had to wait, almost a week before we did get filled. But then on May 9th, we did get filled, and then that's corresponding to the 72.5. So what you'd want to do then, we just talked about a bracket order. So what you want to do on that day or by the next morning is go ahead and enter your bracket order. You just don't want to let it go a few days before you get around to setting it, because if the trade goes against us and it comes way down here, for example, then you've had to take more of a loss than you should have taken. So anyways, try to get that in on the same day, whether that's that night or the next morning. Enter your bracket order. And this is what it looks like. So we've entered here, and then when we enter a bracket order, we've got the top side as a sell limit order at 90, just in this example. So we bought at 72.5. We're hoping it goes up to 90. And if we bought 100 shares, then we're going to sell 100 shares at 90. And then we're going to enter our stop loss on the same bracket order, and that's this blue dash line at 67.5. And so in this case, the trade went in our favor and we made money. So that's what a bracket order looks like. And it's we already talked about how to enter one. And so on the website, you'll see something that looks probably more like this than rather than just say full all the way across. So the top one is the date of the order. In this case, the ETF is DFEN for Aerospace Defense Bull, 3 times leveraged. And then see, in this instance, I just put half all the way across. So that just means if you bought 50 shares instead of 100 shares, for example, a half size order, then your stop loss would be for that same amount, 50 shares, and your profit target would be for 50 shares. So that's pretty straightforward. So this is the one that I wanted to explain a little bit more in detail. It's a little bit more complicated. But in this case, so we're going to look at buying BRZU. If it goes down to our limit price of 72.5, we're taking a full size order. And then our stop loss, again, is still a full size order if it drops down to 67.5. But then here's the kind of the tricky part is we want to sell half of that order at 84 and half of the order at 90, but we didn't explain that on how to place a buy order. So we're going to show you how to do that on the next slide. And what I call that is, I just call that splitting the order. And so this is what it looks like. to split the order. All it means is that you're going to enter now 2 bracket orders instead of 1. So your first one is you've bought in here, and now you're going to say, let's say you bought in 100 shares at this price. So you're just going to enter your first bracket order for 50 shares here and 50 shares there. Excuse me. And then you're going to enter your second bracket order for 50 shares here and 50 shares there. And that's all it is. And these define the upper and lower limits for this hypothetical bracket order here. And you can read the numbers. The top line here is the 90. And then the bottom stop loss is 67.5. And that bottom stop loss is shared for both of these bracket orders. Stop loss here, stop loss here. So shared numbers of 67.5. And you're just splitting up and putting in different sell limits for the top side. Okay, so that's how you split up the trade. All right, so once you know how to enter a bracket order, you're pretty well set on how to enter and exit your positions. And so when you go to the website, you just want to make sure that when you entered your positions, that your current positions closely matches or exactly matches what the website shows. So you just want to go in and check and says, okay, I've got it filled, and my stop losses are set, and my profit targets are set, and so forth, and that everything that you've decided to take for your trades match up with these current positions as posted. And then sometimes I'll have notes in here, and I may even go in and change something around occasionally if I see a reason to change a stop loss or a profit target slightly. I will do that. I will highlight it, and then I'll put notes here. So you want to check those pretty regularly. And then below that, you'll often see recently past trades. I'll keep a running log of those. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'll let those go for a period of time, maybe 6-8 weeks, and then I'll just clear them off, and I'll use that data to go into the performance side of the website and update the performance on the spreadsheet. And lastly, but of equal importance, is to go in and check your ladders post daily. So this is going to give you, it'll tell you if new buy orders have been set, and it'll give you notes on those buy orders. Sometimes there won't be new buy orders, but it still may have notes that need to be attended to. And then sometimes it just says nothing new, thanks, and you don't have to do anything just to stay current with the market ladder. And so that's important to go in and check those daily, okay? And then it'll also have some additional notes written on that page, just some general information about the website, changes, maybe the stock market is open or closed, that sort of thing. So you'll also see that kind of information also posted. So check the ladders post daily. That's the most important thing to get out of this slide. All right. So I know when you go through this the first time, it can kind of look overwhelming. As you do it and as you go through it, it does get easier. You can always start small, and I would recommend start small as necessary to build your confidence. You can trade 1 or 2 shares, and they will trade exactly the same as if you traded 1,000 shares. So you can do that the first couple times through, build your confidence, get comfortable with the process, and yeah, that's it. So if you have any questions on that whole process, feel free to shoot me a message. Also, if you know what you're intending to do, but you're not sure how to do it with your broker, they should be more than happy to help you as well. Fidelity's been very good with that when I was just starting to learn how to trade. And that's it. Wraps it up. And as an old Star Wars fan will tell you, may the trades be with us. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time at the Market Ladder. Bye for now.